First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Kadash, the belongs to bosses and elders of great stone. Peace and salutation to you, Akim and Akwad across the four winds. To I salute the hopeful elect. This is the brother Zion, one back to another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai. What I want to touch on, I just, meditate on this scripture right here in the book of 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 8, because, in this time, and we living in, uh, and how the economy is, things a little hard and, it's very rough and rugged right now with, you know, everybody. I know many brothers out there, dealing with financial situations, these financial demons in this time, you know, and, it ain't easy, but we gotta keep on fighting to the end because, you know, it's meditating. You gotta be content, man, because if you ain't content, your mind can be all over the place. Okay, and if your mind being all over the place, your mind is not gonna be single, especially in these times. And these are the kind of times you got to keep your mind single, especially on this word. Because the times we're in is you can see it getting totally worse by as the day go by. And it's all about being content. What the Most High give you. Don't try, like the scripture say, force not the course of the river. Don't do things to try, basically, if you getting enough to pay your bills and do things that I don't try, go your way to try make more money in this thing, you know what I mean? Because, ultimately that what gonna happen is you gonna be more focusing on that. You know what I mean? That's why the scripture tells us this is 1 Corinthians 6 and 8. And having food and raiment, let us be content therewith. Like the scripture up, verses up. Verse 6 is, but godliness is contentment is great gain. Okay? That's great gain. Because your mind can be in a state whereby I ain't worrying over no material things. I good with what the Lord gave me. And whatever labor you go through in your job, you get your paycheck, you good with that. That's great gain, you good with that. All right. The scripture saying having food and raiment, let us be content with it. You gotta be content with what you get, but you gotta be content. Because in this truth, the Lord, like Elder Apostle Bible say, the Lord is only gonna give you your daily bread. The scripture say, give us this day our daily bread. You're only gonna get enough to get by. All right. You only get enough to get by. You know what I mean? Pay your bills and stuff like that. So don't try and make it again. You know what I mean? Because when you read on down, the scripture is gonna speak about being rich and what it does. You know what I mean? So don't try and make it, yo. Because the scriptures say this ain't IRS. You know what I mean? If you get food and clothes, you know what I mean? The scripture speaks about the basic things for a man. I'm gonna get that next. All right. All right. The scripture say be content. What content means? It say to be possessed of unfailing strength, to be strong, to suffice, to be enough, to be satisfied. So you gotta be satisfied, be content what you get, be satisfied what you get, man. Stop worrying over these shit. You know, sometimes you labor, you get paid, you can't even, pay all your bills. You can't do this, you can't do that. But at the end of the day, it makes sense stressing over it, because stressing over it ain't fixing the solution. You might say let's pray and then you move on. You know what I mean? What you could do, do. What you can't do, don't even worry about it. You know what I mean? You can't let the bill stress you, at the end of the day. But, you know what I mean? Trying to go there and try make all the kind of money and this thing and that thing. You trying to, focus on things that, at the end of the day could lead you to destruction. Because, that's all riches in this kingdom do. It don't last. You know what I mean? So it's best to be content what you get. All right? Um, all right, let's go in the ISV version. It says, with food to eat and clothes to wear, content we are in everything. Watch this, the BSB. But if we have food and clothing, we will be content with these. BBE. But if we have food and the roof over us, let that be enough. And what's the basic things for man? What's the basic thing for man? Let's get it then. Let's get it. This is a rock in the Apocrypha. Sirach, the 39th chapter, reading on down. It says, the principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour, wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, oil, and clothing. Are these the principal things for the use of man's life? All right, the thing is, there's another one. I think there's another one. There's another one which I'm gonna get. Um, I know it's a rock. Right, Sirach 29 and 21. It reads, it says, the chief thing for life is water and bread and clothing and a house to cover shame. So if the Lord Yahweh Shemashai is providing you with these things, you know, you might suggest be content with what He give you. Because, sometimes I find myself, when you ain't content, you start to do dumb shit. Then you try force across the river for things to happen, then you freaked up. And that's ultimately what happens when you're trying to go get more money or try to do this. You might as well be content. Once you have a mind of being content, you could relax more, you could focus more, and you could focus more on Yahweh Shem Yahushai word like that too, because you believe in what this word says, being content, being satisfied, you know? Because when you're unsatisfied, what that does to your mind can be all over the place trying to make money in this thing. You know what I mean? Then you can be focused more on the things of this world, you know? So it's best to be content. You know what I mean? What you get. The scriptures say the chief thing of life for life is water and bread and clothing and a house to cover shame. These the basic thing you need, you know. So if the Most High grant you these things, you know what I mean. You have monies, where you work, you get paid, you pay your bills or whatever. What you can't pay, then don't have no headache. You whatever the Lord gave you, be content. You know what I mean. Be content with what you get. All right. Be content, man. All right. 1 Timothy 6 and 8 again. It says, and having food and raiment, let us be content. Be there with content. All right, be content with what you get. You know what I mean? This the time, you know what I mean, to be more focused on Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Because this place ain't our rest. You know? Yeah, man, this ain't our rest. So, I just thought about that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Bashem Krakadas. Because these demons, they attacking on every angle. When they attacking your finances, financial demon, they attacking you like, and it's hard right now, pay certain bills. I know brothers out there are dealing with a lot of bills and things, but you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you gotta face these trials and tribulation. These are part of the trials of tribulation too. You know, like the scripture say, buy what holds. You could get money one day and then it gone. I see him couple hours or next minute. But at the end of the day, we understand these things, and whatever you get, just be content with it. You know what I mean? You know, once you learn how to be content in your mind, it makes you feel a whole lot better. You know what I mean? It makes you feel a whole lot better because you understand, Yahweh Shemashai say, man, you gotta be satisfied. Your mind ain't be all over the place. You know what I mean? Because when you see the society collapse, all these people out there, they can bug out. You know why? Because they mining, a lot of them mining satisfied. They have all kind of goals and aspiration and what they want to accomplish, but they don't know what's coming to this place. As for us, the hope for the elect, you know, All we gotta do is continue to be content with Yahweh Shemel Shai give us, what he give us. But yeah, man, just thought of that through the spirit power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, Bashim Gagadash. Shalom, Akim. Shalom.